On number 51, we have to make a chart again. Dorian bought a $20 bus card. Every time he rides the bus, $2 is deducted from the value of the card. The equation V equals, which is the output, 20 minus 2R, which is the input, relates the value of the card in dollars, V. In other words, the card is worth V, or however many dollars, to the number of rides purchased. So every time we have a ride, 1, 2, 3, 10, whatever, we plug it in here, and that tells us how much the card is worth. So in other words, if cards were dollars or rides were worth $1 a piece, we would go from there. How does the value of the bus card change as the number of rides Dorian takes increases? Well, we got to have an input, which is R, then an input and output, which is V is the output. And we're asking us, how does the number of bus card change? How does the value of the bus card change as the number of rides Dorian takes increases? So we go from, let's say, 1, 2, and 3. That'll be enough. Well, let's plug 1 in. That'd be 20 minus 2, which is 18. Let's plug 2 in, which is 20 minus 4, which is 16. Then we can plug 3 in, which is 20 minus, and what I'm doing here is I'm plugging that in for R. That's 2 times 3, which is 6, which is 14. And what they're asking you is every time this increases by 1, what's happening over here? Well, this is decreasing by 2. Choice A. The equation y equals x over 2 plus 5 describes a relation. What happens to y? Remember, x is input, y is output. What happens to y when x increases by 4? So let's go 4, 8, and then 12. Let's just make it easy and do 3. Well, let's plug them in. 4 over 2 plus 5. That's going to be 2 plus 5 equals 7. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this one. 4. Or excuse me, 8, I'm sorry. That'll be 8 over 2 plus 5, which is 4 plus 5, which is 9. So we got 9 there. Let's go ahead and plug 12 in. 12 over 2 plus 5 is the same thing as 6 plus 5, which is 11. Therefore, y is increasing by 2. Choice A. We'll do 53 in class. The formula A equals B plus H relates the base length and B the height of a parallelogram to its area. So in other words, we got to multiply the base times the height to equal area. The base length of a parallelogram will be shortened to half its original length. The height will stay the same. How does halving the base length change the area of the parallelogram? Well, let's pretend we got one here, and then we're going to put in half the length. So we've got another one here. Let's say we had 4 by 4 here, and then we're going to cut this in half. We're going to say 2 by 4. So the area of this one is going to be 16. The area of this one is going to be 8. Well, how does halving the base length change the area of the parallelogram? Okay, we're going from 16 to 8. Isn't 8 half of 16? The area of the new parallelogram is half of the original area. Choice C. Formula volume, or V, equals E to the third power relates the edge length E of a square face of a cube to its volume. How does doubling the length of an edge of the cube affect its volume? Well, let's pretend for the sake of argument that we had a cube. Forgive my great artwork here. And it was 2 by 2 by 2. Well, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Well, why don't we double the size? Because if we do that on a cube, we have to double one. We have to double them all for it still to be a cube. That's going to make it 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. So we're going from 8 to 64 here. How does a doubling of the length of the edge of the cube affect its volume? Is it doubled? No. Is it quadrupled? No, because this is going up by a factor of 8. The volume is 4 times as great. The volume is 8 times as great. Choice D. 56. This is the last one, the one we're looking for. The table below shows how far a marathon runner has gone several hours into a race. Let D represent the distance. H represent the number of hours since the race began. Which equation represents the relationship shown below? Well, again, can't we just plug these in? D times H is 6. We can plug all of these in and see. How about D? 6 equals 1 plus 6? No, I don't think so. How about D equals 6 times H? Well, maybe. How about 12 equals 6 times 2? Looks like we might have a good choice here. How about D, 18, equals 6 times 3? Looks like we might have a good choice here. Let's go ahead and take another look. H, 1, equals 6 times the distance. No, that's 36, so that's gone and that's gone. Let's take another look at A, just to make sure. D, 12, times the number of hours, which is 2, equals 24. No, that does not equal 24. Therefore, your choice is C.